It's December the 15th, 2017, and welcome to Navigating Your Day. So 15 in Jin Shin Jyutsu came into the universe meaning wash our hearts with laughter. And safety energy lock number 15 is located in between the upper leg and the abdomen. So if you put the heel of your hand on your hip bone, where your fingers lie in the leg crease, that is where safety energy lock number 15 is. And this particular area of the body, this base of the abdomen and this sort of pelvic area, that is the foundation for our physical strength. It's the foundation for our function. It's also the area that keeps us rooted to the earth. It's the part of the body, and as well as the energy body, that actually anchors us here in this physical reality. And the more in harmony that particular area is, and the stronger it is, the stronger we are physically and the more well-rooted we are in our physical bodies. And that provides us with a foundation that enables us to build an effective structure on top of. So that is why I understand it being the joy, laughter, and happiness area. So if we harmonize with the energy of the 15 today, we are able to experience joy, laughter, and happiness. So 15 is a 6, and 6 is about harmony. It's about appreciating beauty. It's about appreciating the finer things in life. It's about appreciating the little things. It's also about discrimination. It's about knowing what serves me and what doesn't. Because when we can discriminate about what is nourishing and nurturing to us and what isn't, then we are better able to appreciate the beauty within ourselves as well as the beauty around us. So today we really have the opportunity to resonate with that beautiful essence that is who we truly are. And when we can connect to that within ourselves, then we are able to see that in others. And that leads to harmony. We have a 6 as a fire number, then we have the 3 from December, and remember this is about aligning our will with divine will, or aligning ourselves with cosmic laws. And the better we understand those universal laws and the more we can live according to them or with them, in harmony with them, the easier we find navigating our way through our lives. So that means when we hit the rapids and we hit the rocky patches, we manage to get through them with more ease. Doesn't mean that they are easier, it just means we are able to flow more effectively with them. 3 is also a fire number. And then, of course, we have the 1 of 2017. So we've got 2 fires and an air number in the root of the life map, which does make the energy very intense. 6s and 3s are also about creativity. 6s can be very perfectionistic. They want it to be just so. So they're able to make things very beautiful, but they also are extremely hard on themselves in terms of whether it is good enough. So a little bit of that sort of obsessive compulsiveness comes through in the 6, which is something that we may want to guard against, because if we want it to be perfect today and it's not perfect and strategically people aren't fitting in with what we want, then we can become very egotistical in terms of the fact that we can then say, well, really, why are people not seeing me? Why are they not listening to me? And that can lead to extreme frustration and volatility, and basically not so much beauty, right? So it's fine to express yourself in that way. It's fine to appreciate that those emotions are valid, but when we know that they are potentially going to be there, then we can actually prepare ourselves and be aware of what's going on so that we can actually maintain our equilibrium and stability, because 6s hate it when it gets ugly. So what happens is 6s want it to be perfect, 3s want to be in charge and they want to boss people because they know how it needs to be, 1s think that they're the absolute empress. So why is everyone not just listening to me? Because I do know what the best is for all of us. And then when all of that comes together and we don't manage that, when we don't have any awareness of that, then we tend to lose our shit a bit, and then it becomes ugly, and the ugliness then sends the 6 into a spiral of negativity. So that's why we want to cultivate awareness of this. Our helper today is the 1. So this means that because it's the helper, we can actually tap into the more conscious aspects of the 1, the less ego-driven concepts. The ego-driven ones, the egotistical one is trying to hide its own insecurity about not being good enough. The fully integrated one actually knows that they are enough and therefore appreciates that everyone else is also enough, which means it decreases the criticism, it decreases the wanting to boss, it decreases the railroading, and it actually just can connect to that idea that we are all one and that everything actually is complete. Nothing is missing. It's all there. So we really can use that today to, if we can tap into that sense, then we are potentially less frustrated and annoyed with the things that we can't see as being balanced. The villain of today is the 7. So 7s in this position hate losing face. They hate being embarrassed. They hate the idea that they may be humiliated. So what this can do is this can stop us from actually expressing our most authentic selves, because we are worried about how it's going to look, or we're worried about looking stupid, or it makes us frightened of trying new things, or it makes us frightened of putting ourselves out there, because what if we end up being humiliated? I posted a clip the other day on Facebook from a coach called Brooke Castillo, and it was about self-confidence, and she said something like this. I'm going to mess the quote up, I'm sure, but that your self-confidence is proportional to how willing you are to experience negative emotion. So if you're willing to experience humiliation, if you're willing to experience failure, if you're willing to experience sadness, if you're willing to experience disappointment, that willingness is what actually makes us confident enough to step into whatever it is that we want to do or be. Safety interlock number 15 is located on the little finger, and the little finger harmonizes the large I can't talk today. Harmonizes the small intestine and heart organ function energy. And the emotion is pretense or trying to. This is the finger where we have all our perfectionism located on, where we are not good enough and therefore we have to try harder. So we always have to be better, because better is a sign that maybe we're getting it right, and being perfect is a sign that maybe we will be loved. So if you hold your little finger, you tone down that need for perfectionism, you calm down the 6's need for perfectionism, you're able to appreciate the beauty more fully, and you're able to appreciate the joy, laughter, and happiness that already exists within your life. I hope you have an amazing Friday, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow.